gave you the courage to take the plunge and open up Grandma's Coffee to the world?
God. I think that like that's the biggest thing. I mean, honestly, just in life, God, because I prayed about it and I said, okay, if I say that I have all this faith, but I'm not walking in it, what's the point? My name is Ariana Swigert. I'm from North Carolina, specifically Kernersville. Grandma's Coffee started whenever I was younger. I always said I wanted to have a coffee shop. I've always said I wanted to have a coffee shop. I always said I wanted to own a business. And then in high school, I had taken a lot of biology classes. It's called Nursing Fundamentals. So I had taken that class and I was like, oh my goodness, I might want to be a doctor. So I went to school initially for biology because I wanted to be a doctor. And then of course, whenever I was shadowing, see how I liked the medical school, I was like, wait a minute. Do I really want to do this? First of all, they joke around about the price of medical school. Like, oh, you're going to make it back one day. And, you know, like $80-something thousand a year is not something that, for 4 years, is not something that I would like to pay back. And then I was like, you know what? Let's do business. So I switched it over. And that was really my passion. When I initially called my parents, their initial reaction was, oh my gosh, what are you gonna do with your life? Oh my gosh. So that was a big stressor for me, is, you know, ensuring that I made my parents proud. And after I got over that and was like, you know, this is my life, I have to live it, I was like, you know, I'm gonna do what I wanna do. And ultimately that's how I got past that point.
And Ari owns a coffee truck, and she's gonna tell you about it, and you're gonna like it. Ari.
Hi guys, my name is Ariana. I own Grandma's Coffee. It's a mobile coffee truck. We started in Winston-Salem, but we travel to Charlotte. We go all around.
Grandma's Coffee came from my grandmother. All of my grandmothers, which is funny, they all just played major roles in my life. At the end of my grandma Bessie's life, whenever I was in college when my grandma passed away, and I had an 8 a.m. class, and I would commute from home, from Kernersville to Greensboro every day for an 8 a.m. biology class. Never do that, y'all. And she would wake up with me. She would wake up at like 6 a.m. and I would make us coffee and we would sit there and watch whatever news was on. I think coffee just became a very intimate thing for me because I would make my mom coffee in the mornings, and it just became something that I knew I could make someone happy if I made them a coffee. And I knew how they liked it, enough cream, enough sugar. It just makes me happy. So I was like, might as well, 1, pay tribute to my grandmother, and 2, just do something that I really love. In February of 2024, I got my articles of organization for this business. And then I was just sitting on it. I had my LLC and I was just sitting on it. I was just like, because I was working for a biotechnology company. I was actively taking classes and I was just like, just sitting on it. And then in the summer of 2024, I was like, am I just gonna go? I was laying in bed and I was like, am I just gonna sit on my dream and just let it pass away and be like old and dang, I should have did that. I wish I would. I say, you know what? I don't want to live like that. Because there's been situations where I'm like, oh, I wish I would have done something. And I was like, I don't ever want to live the rest of my life in that sense, in that mindset. And I said, you know what? I'm just go ahead and do it. So I started researching. I started looking up what I needed. I started looking at other coffee shops, TikTok, YouTube, and I figured it out. I put it together piece by piece. The biggest thing is the trailer. So sourcing a trailer, I drove to South Carolina to get my trailer and pull it back with an electric car. I had to charge every 30 minutes. So I got home basically the next day. And just a lot of things like the refrigerator, the table, there's a lot of money. But ultimately I did it slowly, and then I started working on my recipes, and it was just fun. Cause I would get off work and be like, ooh, I'm gonna make this drink. I think my first drink was my first drink was a brown sugar cinnamon. Then from there it went to the lavender cold foam, and just experimenting and figuring out what I like.
No, he starts kindergarten in 2 weeks. I'm like, how?
That's crazy, dude. I love that. What are you thinking about getting today, baby?
The pistachio cookie butter
Latte or matcha?
latte.
Okay, what size? Small or large? Hey, Nick! What's up, dude? Lord, what do you want? Americano? Taste it and see if it's strong enough. It's a sip lid. Taste it and see if it's strong enough. If it's not, I'll give you some more espresso, okay?
When my site is not working. I just pray, honestly. I just pray and keep going. Because if you stop, nothing's gonna happen. But if you continue to go and go and go and maybe switch something up along the way, you'll be fine. It works out.
And what keeps you going now?
I would say the support that I have, and the clients my customers that come every single day, those words of affirmation, and even when I open up like my devotional and stuff, and it's just a reminder every day that everything's gonna be okay. This and life, and what I've really been realizing is life. We have seasons in life, and sometimes your season is gonna be hard. So learning how to navigate that and learning more about yourself in that season. What do you need to work through within yourself to ensure that you don't go through that again? If I could give them advice, it would be to, one, take that leap of faith. Don't let fear dictate anything in your life, but be smart. I understand fear is a big factor, but reality is a big factor too. And if you can't do it right now, you can do it later, in better circumstances. But just keep the faith, keep moving, never lose your self. Never get too big to the point where you forget why you started it in the first place. Be grateful for every single day that you're able to open. I know in the beginning of the year, my generator stopped working, and generators are not cheap. So I went to go get it fixed. They couldn't fix it. So I've already been closed in January. It was snowing when all this was happening. So just being able to pivot. Okay, I can't do it here. I can do it here though. I can figure it out. You can order ahead. I will working with people, but just know that you might wake up and none of your stuff will work, and you got to figure it out. And it's an everyday. Like I said earlier, you have to wake up every day and choose. It's something you choose. Like love, you choose it. You love your business, you choose to wake up every morning and go hard for it every single day. And do not take it for granted. Because when you do that, stuff happens. But ultimately, that's definitely what I would tell them. And don't be afraid to chase your dreams, no matter how silly it might seem to somebody else. It's not silly to you, so it's not silly. So, yep. My name is Ariana Swigert. I'm the owner of Grandma's Coffee, and this is Locally Doc.